Portland, of all places, and KJAGradio.com, and we have got a tremendous group with us today. The Kings certified platinum and gold from the 80s. The Kings are here, and we welcome the Kings. How are you guys?
Hello.
Great to have you on the show, guys. Great to have you.
Welcome to Canada. It's Davey Diamond. I'm Mr. Zero. Yep.
So you guys are just amazing. Canadian rock history since its 1980 release. The debut album, The Kings Are Here. You guys are the standard when it comes to radio over the last 4 decades.
Listen to this guy.
How have you guys been able to survive this?
Well, that's awfully nice of you to say, and we were very lucky to get as much airplay as we did when Bob Ezrin produced our first album with This Beat Goes On and Switchin To Glide, and they released Switchin To Glide on its own as a single, but it didn't do much, and then they put out the Segue, as you know, which is 5.5 minutes of airtime, and that's when it really caught on and took off, and every major market in the U.S. and Canada played it a lot, and so we were very lucky. Got to play with Dick Clark on American Bandstand, so you know, it was a really good ride there.
You've managed to do some amazing things. Billboard Hot 100s in the United States. You're in different halls of fame. Good Lord.
The Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah. NASCAR Hall of Fame right here.
Some bottles of beer.
Right.
Have you guys got a favorite venue where you've performed at?
Yeah, that's a good question, isn't it, Z?
Well, the big heat wave show we did was a pretty good outdoor thing that we did back then with Talking Heads and the Pretenders and
B-52s
and Elvis.
I love all of those.
Yeah,
Talking Heads as well.
It was a great show.
You know, that was a good day for us. And
how many was that to? That must have been a big crowd.
55,000 or so. Yeah, it was a big outdoor fest. A one day. It was like a new wave. 1 day Woodstock type of thing.
A new day Woodstock.
Yeah,
One day
it was,
Woodstock,
you know,
okay.
and like, you know, Talking Heads and the B-52s, you know, Elvis Costello was
Oh, man.
great. Pretenders, you know.
back when they were all still alive and healthy
Yeah.
and young, like we were too. But
In fact,
Yeah.
we have some video of that available on
yeah, it's on our website.
on our website. It's the Heatwave Live Show.
Yeah.
I'm
What's your
dressed up in a zebra skin tight jumpsuit. Oh yeah, I look really good.
As jumpsuit.
Oh, a zebra striped one to boot.
Wow.
Back
Well, okay. Let's just get the website from you so people know where to go to see this. What's that?
Well, all our stuff is The Kings Are Here. So our website is www.thekingsarehere.com. Our Facebook page is The Kings Are Here, and our YouTube channel is The Kings Are Here. So
Now,
where you want to go, that's where we'll be. Yeah.
I want to flip the question I've just asked you and ask you, where's the worst place you performed?
Well, I mean, we started out playing bars and, you know, around Ontario, Canada here where we're from.
Canada.
And we always remember the one that was, you know, because we used to do 6 nights a week, and sometimes you'd stay over in these sleazy hotels 6 nights a week, and one of them, it had a rope tied to the radiator, so in case the place caught on fire, you have to break the window and throw the rope out the window.
You are joking me.
That
That is mad. I can't believe that.
was a good
I
one.
mean-
That one.
That was a good one. The other ones with like the bars you played 6 nights a week, and all through the day you had dancers, right? You know, strippers, and everybody stayed upstairs in the rooms. And one time, remember we were having this gal comes walking in with hardly anything on, all tattoos. What's going on, guys? Like, get out of here! Someone's gonna jump off you and get on us. Oh, yuck! You know.
Or the places where the dressing room floors are so sticky, you can't. You have to change your pants, put your feet back in your shoes while you're changing your pants.
Isn't it funny? It's funny, we have more bad places that we remember than good places. Isn't that how it works?
Well,
That is just how it works, isn't it? But
Well, and then we played in our first gig in the U.S. was in Denver with Jeff Beck. We opened up for him, and they didn't know that we were going to be there. So this sort of new wave guys with, you know, dressed funny.
Yeah, there was some other band was booked to open up for Jeff Beck. Of course, then we show up with our new wavy stuff, new wave, and what the kids are, torn blue jeans and long hair guys there to see Jeff Beck, and we come out there with our new wave, this beat goes on stuff. It was like,
it wasn't the music; it was just so much the outfits and the.
it was.
They just started throwing stuff at us, and
Oh, yeah.
there were shoes on stage and money they were throwing at us, and coins.
Coins,
Oh, not a lot of money then. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Not a lot of money then.
It wasn't. They weren't making it rain.
It wasn't like that. But there was a lot of that kind of stuff going on.
Well, you guys just have got rapid popularity. You guys have been everywhere, it seems. Tell us about some of the different, obviously, you guys mentioned there, Jeff Beck and some of these others. You guys played with the Beach Boys at one point.
Yeah, when they had, John Stamos was there, too.
Yeah, he was.
Of course he was!
Yeah, they had two drummers. One was John Stamos, and
They were really nice about it, though. They invited our drummer to play.
Yeah.
To take over one of the drum kits that night.
Yeah, our drummer was up playing drums with the Beach Boys. Woohoo! And we had a video camera, and we gave it to Carl. I think it was Carl.
Yeah.
So Carl's got our camera. He's up on stage, and then he turned around shooting us at the side of the stage. We're all going, yeah, party, partyitis.
Yeah.
That was great. Yeah, great guy.
Pretty nice about it. And they had a whole cheerleading squad on tour with them, too.
Yeah, it was their Be True to Your School tour. So they had the champions from California, the champion high school gymnastics team or whatever.
Yeah, the cheerleading.
That's tremendous.
They had their own bus, and then the Beach Boys had their bus.
It was like at the end of Dumb and Dumber, with the bus of swimsuit models.
Yeah, the Oilers are B2 Oiler boys.
Over the years, the Kings have received several honors. They've released a ton of albums. The Kings Are Here in 1980, Amazon Beach in 1981, RSVP 1982, and then, of course, there was Unstoppable in 91, Because of You in 2003. What is the one album you guys are most proud of? Or is there one? Or are you just proud of them all?
Well, there's stories behind each of them, but the Kings, our first one was great because of the doors it opened up for us. But by the time it all turned around, Unstoppable we made it on our own dime and everything because we fell from grace with God at that point. And so we were just doing stuff as an indie band.
It was our own production and our own song, everything was our own stuff, and it's a great album. Unstoppable is a really good album. Great songs.
Yeah, so we're pretty proud of that one. And the new one that we're working on now with Inoso, that new track we just put out, it's going to be really good too. It's maybe the best one. The technology is finally caught up, as you know, to ideas now, and the way that Pro Tools and all this other stuff you use to record is amazing. The editing and the all the different stuff you can do nowadays with you don't even
you guys will remember the huge synths then.
Oh yeah.
With all the oscillators that you had to pull in and plug out and wire everything over, and now you can fit it on something as small as a computer chip.
Yeah, you can. But Sonny, our keyboard player, he always tried to stay on top of so he had an Oberheim like the one that Eddie Van Halen used. Do you remember that for Jump? Because it's an Oberheim 5 or something. That was $6,000, and then
it was a lot of money.
5 years later, it was $800. It's like the technology gets cheaper, and then the first guy in pays the most for it. Kind of deal.
Well, the previous band that we had on Fever Seed, they did most of their stuff using a program called Garageband. So
back right here.
I use it to write songs. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as good as Pro Tools, or it's simpler, but it's just as effective. And it's the content that's king, not the technology, right?
Yeah, it comes down to
the idea.
Basic is what's really important. If you can just sit down and play a song, as you guys know, at a campfire or at a party with some acoustic guitars, and everybody sings along and has a great time, that's a good song.
Yeah.
It's when you have all this other stuff that you can't reproduce without mega technology. That's not a good song.
Like every Beatles song, you can do that.
Now, in 2017, you guys released a documentary movie,
Right.
The Kings, Anatomy of a One-Hit Wonder. It was on YouTube, and it's basically you guys telling in your own words the rise to the clubs and your major record deal, just all sorts of different stories. Tell us about this documentary you guys made.
Well, we always thought that it would be good to, because we're kind of a come from nowhere type Cinderella type story, and so we got together and started working on our own music. That was always the goal, to be songwriters and try to come up with some decent stuff. And so when we started out, we kind of did more prog rock type 6, 7, 8 minute songs. And so at one point we started going, well, this is not going to get us anywhere, so we should try to write some hits or some shorter stuff. So we started working on that. And that's when we went into a big studio. We saved up our money and went in at nighttime in Toronto at the studio of Nimbus 9, which was where Bob Ezrin.
That's where we met Bob, yeah.
That's where he had worked with Alice Cooper and different projects that he had worked with there. And it was well known as the best place in the city. And so we knew somebody who worked there. So we got a good deal working, the night shift. And we're going in at night. And then one day Bob had finished Pink Floyd's The Wall album. He was the producer of that. And he was back in Toronto after spending a couple years in England with Pink Floyd. And then he dropped by the studio just to see what was going on. And basically our manager played him some of our stuff, and he took the cassette home, and Bob's kids, his kids liked our stuff. So he thought, well, maybe there's something there, because if the young kids like it, there might have potential. And so then he listened to our tracks, and he was going to mix them. And then when he was mixing them, he said, you guys don't really have a clue what you're doing. Your songs are good, but you don't know how to produce yourselves.
Right.
And he was right, because if you listen to it now, it's not that great.
The original originals.
And so he actually just went and got on a plane to LA to Elektra Records and went to meet with one of the A&R guys there. And 10 minutes later, we had a record deal, an international major label deal in the US. And, we were ready. We'd been playing and rehearsing and writing for 3 or 4 years at that point, and playing all these lousy bars, a million times. And so, we had the chops, and we had, the experience and the songs. It was just a matter of capturing it in the studio, which is what he knows how to do, after working with so many great artists like he did. He'd also done Peter Gabriel's album before that, and Kiss. And he did Salisbury Hill. That was one of his tracks that Bob produced. It's a very well-known song. And
so we were pretty excited when he said he wanted to work with us. We just, it was like, no. And he had us drill. We drilled me and the drummer. We went over the kick and the bass guitar parts. So they were just right, tight as tight could be. And before we go, oh, is that what you're playing? Oh, I'm playing this type of thing. And Bob, he said, no, stop. And then he said, you guys drill. And he took you guys out for lunch or something. And Max and I sat there for like a few hours going over and over one part of the song. Boy, if we stop and he comes in, he's going to give us shit, So we just kept going and going. And it was just like, polishing it for us. And we went in the studio and it came out great.
And we had enough budget to go in for 4 weeks of that, 4 weeks of rehearsal.
That's
before
tremendous.
Going in the studio, which you never have anymore.
No,
it doesn't happen anymore.
No.
Well, Danny, what do we have here from the Kings? Because
we have got here this dance mashup. It is the Kings.
I know so.
I know
so.
Here we go. There we go. That was the Kings with I Know So. We are back.
Wow.
Great track.
Hey, we've been trying to get your attention this whole time.
Hey, you had it.
Yeah. Hey, you had it.
We've got the merch out. We've got the, was it a
Oh,
bumper
yeah.
sticker? And they've got the face masks on.
Hey, we're having fun. See how much fun that song is? You see how that works? It's
Hey.
fun, isn't it?
I'm a DJ, and that would go down great at any party. People
Well,
would be up
it's-
dancing to that.
These days are so downer that it's nice to
That's
have
right.
something up.
Now, you
we
guys, we were talking a little bit about this before we played the song. We were talking about this documentary. One of the things that you have, including this, and I want you to tell us a little bit details on this. Apparently, there is a story about a gig in Denver.
Yeah, well, that was the one we were just talking about a minute ago.
Yeah.
They were throwing everything at us, and
No.
I'm
amazed by this that they were just throwing.
We only had a half an hour set. We only had a half an hour to fill. And the kids didn't know nobody knew we were on the bill because some other band had canceled, and we just got in because we were going to play with Jeff Beck again in Austin, I think. Was it Austin?
in Houston.
So we got so it was supposed to be at the Red Rock there in Denver, right?
Oh
But
yes,
it got
yes.
changed to the stadium. There was some big mix-up. Anyway, we got added to the bill. Nobody knew we were going to be there, so it's all dark and everybody's going, Jeff, 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 Jeff. The lights all come on and we come running out there. It was like instantly, boo! It was unbelievable. And we only had to be there for half an hour, and we just
We had to be there for half an hour.
We stood our ground and played, and we were ducking stuff, and it was quite a fiasco in the end.
Is it a long half hour?
And,
So we got half an hour.
in the dressing room after, our manager from LA was there, and the record company guy was there, and they were like, what have we got ourselves into now? We kind of lost a bit of belief, but it wasn't the music; it was just sort of that
Expectations,
particular-
right?
Yeah, there's just the gig and the clothes.
It was
and
just the
everything.
situation. Because after
Blame
that,
the promoter. Blame the promoter.
Blame the promoter.
That's right. When in doubt, blame the promoter.
When
Well,
we played later on with Jeff later on that week, it was great. There was no problem whatsoever. Everybody was expecting us, so it was everybody felt better about the whole situation.
Yeah. I think you're going to get that in any of those sort of circumstances. I don't think it really matters who you are. If you're expecting somebody and then somebody else walks on,
Everybody,
you're automatically going to go, who's this guy?
I think everybody's got those stories.
Yeah.
And it's like when we did American Bandstand with Dick Clark, they finally released the interview part that he does with bands. You do 2 songs, and he does a little interview in the middle. And you can go and find our interview, or you can find other interviews like with Blondie or, Loverboy or all these other Pretenders, I think, whoever. And everybody looks like a deer in the headlights because it's their first time on TV, and it's the big time. And so that was an amazing day for us as well to be there doing that for some guys from Toronto.
Yeah.
well, as we wrap up here with you guys, how do we get the merch and get involved with what you're doing and everything else?
Well, you didn't see I had this on my head earlier. You were busy reading.
I saw.
And then I was like this, and we were trying to point and get our attention. But thekingsarehere.com.
And that's to find everything you need to know.
Thekingsarehere.com.
Yes.
Take a mental picture.
That's right. That's right.
All the links to everything else is on our website anyway, so you can everything else and the videos and everything is all there.
And get a mask and look after everybody. Everybody look after yourselves.
We will, and you too.
So,
Well, gentlemen, thanks for doing this. We really appreciate the time. Thanks for being on
Well-
International Live today.
so happy to be here, and international too. It's great.
Yeah, right
Hey.
on.
Hey, you guys have been great guests. You've got great music. You've done some great things. It's been absolutely wonderful having you on. I know all our listeners will be delighted hearing back this interview. we'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your NASCAR. Sorry for pulling you away from it.
Oh,
You-
send us your address. We'll send you some free masks.
Yeah, we'll send you some stuff.
Hey, that'd be awesome. Thank you so much.
I will pass along your email and everything to Danny, and we'll get that going.
I'll do it for sure.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
rock and
gentlemen.
roll.
Thanks. Cheers. Thank you.
Take
Hey,
care,
guys.
guys.
Take care now.
Bang.